There is a thought experiment that berserk fans rarely do because it hurts too much. What if Guts had not been Guts? What if the man we know, traumatized, driven by rage, with a beast in his chest and a sword as long as half a normal man, what if he had been calm? What if he had not been sold? What if he had not been raped? What if he had not killed his adoptive father and learned that he somehow loved Guts too? Today, we will not talk about what Guts is. We will talk about what actually saved him from being a nothing. We will build the opposite of him. We will give him happy childhood. We will give him peace. And then we will see how quickly he dies in Miura's universe. Let's start from the beginning, but not just any beginning. From the beginning that hurts. To understand the opposite, we must first understand reality. Guts was born from a corpse. Literally. His mother hung from a tree, and he came out of her dead womb amidst blood and mud. He was found by some mercenaries. Among them, only one man agreed to raise him, a choice that no other mercenary among them would have wanted. And on top of that, Sis, Gambino's woman, wanted him. Gambino taught him to fight before he could tie his shoelaces. By 6 years old, Guts was already holding a sword heavier than him. By 9 years old, he had participated in his first real battle. By 11 years old, he was sold to a soldier for one night. And Guts understood then one thing that most people never understand, that his body does not belong to him. When he killed that soldier, in self-defense, Gambino came to him, drunk, and said, "You should have died then, under that tree." And he tried to kill him. That's when Guts killed his father. His instinct told him he wanted to live. All the lessons about wielding the sword turned against Gambino. After that night, Guts ran away. He carved his way through blood, alone, for years, until he met a man with silver hair and blue eyes who smiled at him as if he had seen him his whole life. Griffith and the Band of the Hawk. For the first time, Guts felt something like home. And just when he had almost forgotten the darkness of his past, eclipse. His friends become food. Casca is violated in front of him, and the man he would have given his life for, Griffith, watches everything with frozen eyes as he transforms into the fallen angel. Guts loses his forearm. He loses his eye. He loses almost all his blood. But what he truly loses is any trace of trust in the world. From that day, something that is no longer human lives in his chest. The beast of darkness. A part of him that only wants to cut, tear, kill, until nothing remains. This is the real Guts. Not a hero, not an anti-hero, but a survivor who has spent so much time among the dead that he had forgotten what it feels like to be alive. Now let's ask ourselves, what if all of this had not happened? If his opposite had lived a life without a sword, without betrayal, without the eclipse, what would he look like? Who would he be? And how far would he have gone in life?
The opposite of Guts is born from a living woman, a real mother, a regular village. Maybe in the Midlands, maybe somewhere far from war. He doesn't have a sword at 6 years old. He has a rag ball that he kicks with his feet daily. He runs barefoot. He falls and cries. Then someone picks him up. At 11 years old, no one sells him. Instead, he learns a trade. Maybe carpentry, maybe blacksmithing. He grows upright, broad bones, big hands, but ones that have never killed. Now, let's put this Guts into Miura's universe. No fighter reflexes, no pain tolerance, no beast in the chest. And put him in front of the first bandit soldier who asks him for his wallet on the road. What does he do? He tries to talk. He might draw a sword, but he's never really held one. He dies in 30 seconds. But let's move on. Let's say that by a miracle he survives. He reaches a town. He hears about the Hawks, about Griffith. People love Griffith, and our happy Guts, lacking any bullshit detector, would follow him because he's good, because he wants to believe.
And in Griffith's camp, he wouldn't be the ideal soldier. He would be the weakest. He would fall in the first battle. But if by another miracle he survives, then comes the eclipse.
The beast of darkness does not exist in his chest. When demons come, Guts has no anger to keep them at bay. He only has fear. He wouldn't break his arm to save Casca. He wouldn't even reach her, because he would be too scared to move. He would be the first to die in that cursed whirl. He wouldn't become the Black Swordsman. Instead, he would become a stain on the ground of that whirl. What broke Guts is exactly what made him invincible, not despite the scars, but because of them. If you took his pain away, you would take the beast as well. If you took the beast, he would die in the first month of Berserk. The opposite of Guts, happy Guts, loved and unsold Guts, is a sympathetic corpse. A good man, but forgotten by the world. So next time someone says, Guts is too dark, too brutal, too toxic, tell them the truth. Without that darkness, he wouldn't have even reached the beginning of the story. It is precisely the darkness itself that makes the story intoxicating. And his suffering, like any human being in our reality, sooner or later can come to an end, can reach safe shore. Of course, with the loss of the author of this work, it's hard to know what will happen to him, unless we follow the theories of some fanatics. But let's hope for him that everything will turn out well, and that his suffering will one day be rewarded. So, that's how a short series about Guts' opposite turned out today. What do you think of this twist? How long would a happy Guts survive in Brazil? Write in the comments, and be careful what you wish for. Sometimes we wish to be well in this life. But how would you react if someone told you that the nightmare is the only thing keeping you on your feet? I thank those who stayed with me until the end, and I'll see you soon.